already prepping for my next event. I had like 2 days of rest, so we are ready to go. We're ready to get after it. And this event is super exciting. It is my first in real life pop-up. I have never sold anything I baked. I bake to give out the recipes on my website, and that is the way I monetize and make my money. So I don't actually make money by selling my goods. I always just give them away to friends and family for free. But I am doing a pop-up with a coffee shop in Columbus. It's called Ravello's. It is so cute. And for the month of November, they're gonna have my Banana Bread Latte as their special all month long. And they're gonna have QR codes to go to my website, so it's free marketing for me. But on November 1st, I am going to have a pop-up and sell all my goodies, so I am getting prepped. The first thing I had to do was buy sticker paper and print off labels, because in Ohio, in order to sell things as a cottage law, I had to print out all the ingredients, obviously, because allergens and whatnot, and then also say that this is home produced. So legally, I had to make sure that I'm all good. And then for this pop-up cafe, I'm planning on making like 200 desserts, which is crazy, but I'm only doing 4 recipes, and they're my 4 most popular recipes, or almost my 4 most popular recipes. Definitely these 2 are my most popular. This is my brown butter chocolate chip banana bread, which I feel like everyone knows me for. And then my brown butter chocolate chip cookies. November 1st is like peak fall Thanksgiving recipes. So I am gonna do my brown butter pumpkin coffee cake with my maple glaze. And then I'm gonna do my apple pie cinnamon rolls with a brown butter maple glaze. I can't use cream cheese, which I love to make cream cheese frosting with this, but according to the cottage laws in Ohio, I cannot use cream cheese in any of my recipes because it is not stable at room temp, which I totally understand. So I'm selling it. I want to follow all the rules and make sure that I have all my ducks in a row, because the last thing I want to do is deal with any of that. So, because it's just for fun. Like, this is just marketing in my aspect, and I'm going to have so much fun doing it. So I'm going to sell these and put all these stickers on boxes and bags. This part takes so long. It's so silly, but I'm going to sell my chocolate chip cookies individually, but then at a discount, I'm going to sell them in a pack of 3. So these boxes will be for my pack of 3 cookies. I'm going to put the stickers on that, and then for the individual, I'm going to put the stickers on the back. But yeah, I'm also waiting. I didn't order the right size boxes for my apple pie and my pumpkin coffee cake, so I'm not doing that now, but I will prep my banana bread and my cookies. And tomorrow, I'm going to make probably the most brown butter I've ever made, because all 4 of these recipes use brown butter at some point, and I think I'm probably gonna make like 6 pounds of brown butter, which is crazy. I haven't done the math yet, but I mean, just the cookies individually, I'm doing it 5 times, and each one is, I don't know. I feel like this is like 2.5 pounds of butter, which is crazy, but this is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna go through so much ingredients. I already went to Costco, made sure I was stocked up so I don't have to do anything, but who knows, I'll probably have to do an Instacart order on Friday when I'm baking, because I always miscalculate. But this will be a lot of fun. I'm super excited, and yeah. The first thing I'm gonna do is just put the stickers on my 3-pack. I wasn't originally gonna do a 3-pack, but I was like, you know what? I already have these boxes, let's do it. And it just seems like a no-brainer and super easy. So that's what we're doing. This is also the test to see if this printer paper even works. I just bought it and didn't really actually try it or anything. I just bought like sticky printer paper that goes through a printer, and then I just cut them into individual pieces. I made these all on Canva, no surprise there. I think I make everything on Canva. Okay, this is a bitch to get off. Oh wait, okay, I think I found a little, there we go. Okay, it came off. And then I'm gonna put it on the back of the box because it actually didn't fit in the front. Well, that was easy. I have to make 4 pounds of brown butter. I think I did the math right. Let me just think. I will need 6 cups for the cookies, so that's 3 pounds. Okay, I think I did the math wrong. And I need more than this. This is crazy. This is so much butter. That's okay. And now we just hope and pray I did the math right on all this butter. Okay, now that the brown butter is done, we're gonna start making our chocolate chip cookie dough. I am 6 timesing my original recipe, so I'm gonna do 3 double batches because I don't think this mixer can handle any more than that. But I'm gonna start off with using the brown butter and mixing with both of our sugars. We have a vat of brown butter, and I'm gonna actually mix it up so it is fully combined and not like just some cookies get the brown butter at the very end. Okay, and we're gonna put in 2 cups because I'm double batching it. Okay, it's fully combined and it's super light and fluffy, so we're gonna add in our eggs and egg yolks. So I'm adding 2 large eggs and 4 egg yolks. These ones I have to be a little bit more careful on and just add in the yolk. So I'm gonna separate it over here in an empty bowl. And then I prefer to use vanilla bean paste when baking. It just adds such a great flavor, and I'm gonna add a generous amount because it just makes the cookies so good. The more the better, honestly. Squeeze! And now we're gonna fold it in dry ingredients and mix again. So a lot of dry ingredients. I'm not used to using this much, so fingers crossed it doesn't make a huge mess. It probably will. I'm just gonna go slow. And just let that mix. It's a combination of flour, cornstarch, baking powder, and salt. Start mixing. Since I am making this for a pop-up event, I'm gonna use my electric scale and make sure every single one is the same size. What size exactly? I'm not sure yet. We'll find out together. I think I'm gonna go for 3.5 ounces. Perfect. That one is exactly 3.5. I'm already good at this. Okay, so 2 batches made 23.5 ounce cookies. So I'm gonna have to make more than 6 batches because I made enough for, let me think here, math. 93 cookies need to be made, so I need to 9 times this batch. So my math was very wrong. I didn't realize how big these would be. Okay, since you know what these cookies look like, I'm gonna do the next batches off cam. Oh my gosh. I'm curling it. It's like a workout. This is so much cookie dough. It's actually insane. It's hard for me to even hold. You can barely see me behind these 120 boxes that I made and labeled. This took me more time than I'd like to admit, probably 3 hours, which is crazy. My back hurts, my neck hurts. And after making all these boxes, I realized I had extra labels and extra boxes. So I decided to make even more 4-pack of cookies. So the 110 cookies are not gonna do, and now my new count is 80 plus, let me think, 60 plus 80, 140. So I definitely have some more work to do. TBD if I make them tonight. I might make them tonight just to kind of get it over with. But yeah, this is what we have. Today's Wednesday, the dough is made. Tomorrow, I think the only thing I'm really gonna do is make the apple pie filling for the cinnamon rolls and call it a quit. Today, we're just gonna make the apple pie filling for the cinnamon rolls, and then I'm gonna top it with a brown butter maple glaze. So I'm gonna make that too. Last night, I decided to change my 3-pack of cookies into 4-pack of cookies. So then I had to make 3 more batches. So now the count of cookies is at 146, which is crazy. I 12 times my recipe for that number. It might be 144. 142. I don't know, it's something like that. It's 12 per batch. So 12, yeah, 144. There's 144 cookies now, 12 times 12. I'm really good at math, I swear. I've been really bad at it recently. So now I no longer have any brown butter left for the frosting, for the cake, or the banana bread. So I'm gonna have to make a lot more today. So I'll be making brown butter, apple pie filling, and icing today. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use a big pot because I just sliced up 15 apples. So we're gonna add 2 sticks of butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon, let it all combine, and then once it's combined, we're gonna add in the apples, let it simmer for about 10 minutes, add cornstarch to thicken it up, and that's it. This will go in the filling of the cinnamon rolls and on top. The cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna add in my brown sugar, my cinnamon, nice. I kind of want to add a little bit more spiciness to this, so I'm going to add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice so we get that cozy apple pie feeling. So I'll bring some nutmeg, ginger, and clove into this. Now this is a lot of apples. It took me a really long time to dice it up. Okay, and then over here we're going to make even more brown butter because I did not make enough yesterday. And I'm going to make about 3 pounds of brown butter. Try my best to get as much in as possible without making a huge mess. A lot of fallen soldiers. And then we're just gonna stir this combined, and once it's fully coated, we'll know we're good. And then we're gonna let it simmer for a while, add cornstarch, and it will be perfect. The apples have been simmering for about 10 minutes. We're gonna add some cornstarch to thicken it up and put it on low and just let it do its thing. We're one day out from my in-person pop-up that is public to anyone, so it is bake day. Today we're making chocolate chip cookies, apple pie cinnamon rolls, brown butter banana bread, and brown butter pumpkin cake. It's gonna be a grind, but it's gonna be so much fun. And the nice thing is, there's only 4 recipes and I'm making a lot of each 4. So each time I'm making something, I'm just gonna double the batch. Besides the cinnamon rolls, I'm gonna 1.5 times the batch because I don't think my stand mixer can take anything more than that. If I ever do this again, I'm gonna have to like invest in different equipment because I'm really just cranking out 6 cookies at a time in the oven. I thought I could fit 8 on there. I can fit 8 on one of the pans I have, but my other 2 types of pans can only fit 6. So I'm doing 12 to 16 cookies at a time and I have 144 to make. So it's definitely not the best, but that's okay. We are starting off with baking off all those cookies that we made the other day. So that already started. I think I'm on batch 10 right now. And I'm just going in and out, in and out, in and out. When the cookies are done, I pull them out and I grab a small bowl and I swivel around the cookie to get a perfect circle. And of course, I top with a generous amount of malted flaky salt because it's the best. And a little bit of sweet and salty goes such a long way. So we are in the middle of baking cookies. Another thing that takes a bit amount of time, just because it's rising and everything else, is the cinnamon roll. So that's where we're gonna start next. So I'm gonna start by activating the yeast. I said I'm only gonna 1.5 times it, so that is what we're doing here. So I need to grab some milk and then yeast and get to work. Okay, I lied just to save time, and I think my stand mixer can actually take it. I'm gonna double the batch and just do it twice. So I have my heated milk. It's between 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. This is active dry yeast, and we're just gonna combine the 2. And we're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. Okay, the yeast is bubbling and activated, so we're gonna add it in. Crack in 4 eggs. It's gonna be a no-shell day. Melted butter and some granulated sugar. Pour some vanilla bean paste. Beat this for about 1 minute. I'm using the dough hook just because I don't want to swap them out. It will take a little bit longer because of that. That's why it's 1 minute. Usually it takes like 20 seconds, if that. It's all mixed together. Now we're gonna add in 8 cups of bread flour and a little bit of fine grained salt. Then knead for 8 minutes. I set it and forget it. I lock in my KitchenAid because if not, I'll go boop, boop, boop. And then I just put it on like 2. We have a lot of batches going on in the oven with the cookie dough, but we have officially made 2 double batches of my cinnamon roll dough. I'm letting that rise for 60 to 90 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna make a double batch of brown butter banana bread. I originally wanted to do 4 at a time, but my Amazon package came late, so we're doing 2 and 2. So we'll do 2 now, and then in 2 hours we'll do 2 more, just because I like to have it rest for 1 hour in between. So we're gonna start with a double batch of banana bread, and then we'll do a double batch of my pumpkin cake as well. So we start off with brown butter. And we'll mix it with brown sugar. We'll mix this all together before adding in 6 overripe bananas. And I'll let the stand mixer do the work and just mix it all together for me, and it will make the bananas into perfect little chunks. And make it rain chocolate chips. And now we're just gonna pour this banana bread batter into both pans. Would it be one of my recipes if I wasn't making an absolute mess? Next up, we're gonna make a double batch of my brown butter pumpkin coffee cake. So I'm gonna start off by making the brown butter pumpkin loaf. Then we'll make the crumble afterwards. I have the brown butter from the other day, and we wanna use 1 cup of this. Granulated sugar and brown sugar. Once it's fully combined, we're gonna add in our eggs and vanilla extract. Now we're gonna add in 4 eggs and vanilla. Okay, so this is all combined. Now we're gonna add in our pumpkin puree, sour cream, and milk. Salt, cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice. Okay, so we have our melted butter. We're gonna mix in brown sugar, flour, cinnamon, and pumpkin pie spice to make a pumpkin spice crumble. Need 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, a little cinnamon, pie spice. I like to mix my crumble up with a fork, it's just easier for me. And I just mix until I get my desired consistency. Okay, we're gonna add in softened butter. Apple pie cinnamon rolls, so of course we have to add in a generous amount of apple pie filling. Now we're just gonna cut them up. I'm gonna roll these up and put 8 on a baking sheet. I usually use a 9x13, but I want each one to be an individual roll, so we're gonna put on a baking sheet so they can be spread out. We're now gonna do the exact same thing with the other batch. Yo. And then just make sure every bit gets some apple pie filling. Amazing.